Before the internet turned all of us into overstimulated goblins with attention spans measured in nanoseconds, there used to be this thing called watching TV. Not streaming TV shows, not watching online content, just good old-fashioned television. You'd turn on this big clunky box and be greeted by either ominous static or a blue void. Then you'd grab another remote that controlled this weird brick called a cable box. You'd click that on and boom, moving pictures with sound for your viewing pleasure. Okay, I know TV is still around, but is it? Like, aside from being a hotel novelty when I travel, the only method of entertainment in a 300 square foot room, you know, sandwiched right there between the unwashed ice bucket and the cuck chair that every hotel insists on including, I couldn't tell you the last time that I willingly sat down, turned on a TV show, and suffered through 5-minute commercial breaks for 8 minutes of content. Nah, it's 2025, baby. Ain't nobody got time for that. With unlimited high-speed internet in your pocket, why would you sit down, flip through channels, find something to watch, and then sit through like minutes of dick pill ads, when instead you could just pull out your phone and let the algorithm spoon-feed you exactly what you want? Your app of choice knows you better than you know yourself, and it wants to keep you glued to it. It's just wild how fast that shift happened. Like, TV time used to be synonymous with the average American family for like 50 years.
Oh, look at it roll! Now we can watch Jackie Gleason while we eat.
It was a time for bonding over the new episode of like The Simpsons or Survivor or whatever. And it wasn't just bonding, like this was a shared cultural moment. You had to watch whatever was popping off on TV because it was going to be the water cooler talk tomorrow. But now, with instant access to literally everything ever made, everyone can just watch whatever they want, alone, on their own little screens. Like, right now, for example, you could be watching a high-budget show created by like 200 professionals, but instead you're watching a zero-budget YouTube video made by one guy in his 30s hiding behind a catgirl VTuber because he thinks it's funny. I appreciate that you're here, truly, and don't get me wrong, like, I do put a lot of effort into these videos, but it's just wild how normal this has become in just a few years. And listen, man, I'm not judging. Like, I'm just as guilty. Instead of watching whatever new hit show everyone's hyping to justify their $30 a month Netflix subscription, I lay in bed scrolling Instagram reels for 45 minutes, and then I just rewatch the same 30 Futurama episodes that I've seen like 1,000 times just to fall asleep. So here's the question I want to dig into today. How did we get here? When did the internet dethrone TV so completely that a dude talking over B-roll became more compelling than the entire cable industry? Let's go back and look at the moment everything changed, when the video star died and the internet took over. Alright, let's rewind back to that simple time I was referring to in the beginning. A time before doom scrolling, viral memes rising and fading to obscurity every week, and before the entirety of human history could fit in your pocket. Back then, TV was your connection to the rest of the world. Well, that and magazines or the newspaper, but that was for boomers. It seems odd now, but it was almost like a necessity to have some form of cable in your house. That was how we got news and stayed up to date on everything. Like, if something big happened, you probably wouldn't find out about it until later in the afternoon when you settled in and turned on the 100-pound boat anchor that was making your entertainment center fight for its life. That's how disconnected everything was, but man, like real talk, I almost kind of miss it. Now, every day is a constant shit show. Like most of us, I'm guilty of doom scrolling, like it's just a new normal. I sit down and open Reddit hoping to see some funny memes or video game news, and instead I'm barraged with politics and tragedy peppered in between, r/comic posts that are essentially just porn now, and people that are complaining about the new Honda Prelude pricing. That one is a hot button issue though that we all need to talk about. I mean, like $42K for what is essentially a Civic Coupe? Man, Honda's smoking crack, dude.
What? I gave him $7,500. I used to have one of these. This guy's crazy.
I open Instagram and I swipe through reels hoping to see funny memes to load my boys down with. Instead, it's like 75% memes, 25% some person talking about a new tragedy that just happened 30 minutes ago. I don't know, man, I miss being a little disconnected. It feels unhealthy to constantly be consumed by media every waking hour of the day. And the obvious answer is to unsubscribe from subreddits that are showing me these things, but then what? I'm just going to be out of the loop on everything going on in the world? That doesn't seem healthy either these days. That's why TV was beautiful back then. You didn't have 100 options, you had 30, and the news was only one of them, and it was boring. You went to school all day or you worked all day, TV time was wind down from the stresses of your own lifetime. Plus, the new episode of Seinfeld's on in like 5 minutes, and if you miss it, well, you better hope Jimmy down the street recorded it on VHS. Otherwise, tough titties, you're just not going to get to see it.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
That's what made it special. We all had a limited time after our daily routines to see what was on TV, and there was a strange connection between us as a people when a big TV event happened. Shows like Friends, The Simpsons, X-Files, or Seinfeld, they weren't just shows, they were events. Everybody watched them. Everybody discussed them at the water cooler the next day. The media we consumed, namely just whatever TV networks decided to show us, connected people. There's something oddly comforting about those days. Not because content was better, but because it was shared. It was a collective experience. Watching something and knowing that millions of others are simultaneously tuning in at the same time as you, that has a strange charm to it. So, what happened? Well, the internet happened, and it happened fast, and it was convenient. With the advent of broadband internet, that always-on connection that made using the internet less of a clunky chore and more of a viable option, we started gravitating less towards our TVs as a way to pass the time, and more towards our computers. You know, as a kid in the early aughts, why spend my free time on a Wednesday night watching some adult TV show with my parents when I could instead go collect Coke-themed furniture for my bangin' apartment in My Coke Studios? Why read news articles on MSN when I could be mining the same 5 rocks in RuneScape for like 4 hours until bedtime? Faster internet now gave us options. Whereas before it was watch TV, watch whatever VHS tapes you have, or play one of the like 15 video games that you own, but you've already beaten them like 3 times each now. That was gone, and now it was just whatever you want instantly. Instead of waiting until your birthday or Christmas to hopefully get a new video game, you could just go to Newgrounds and play like 10 new games a night. It brought about a freedom that we never had before. It was no longer whatever the media companies wanted to show you consuming your free time. It was whatever the hell you wanted to do at the click of a button. It was freedom, but it was also fragmentation. That sense of community that was built around the collective human race tuning into the MASH finale was now gone, replaced by doing whatever the hell we wanted online instead. And you know what? It was incredible. For a time, at least. We got YouTube in 2005, and now you didn't even need to turn on your TV. You could just watch endless amounts of content on your computer, and for free. And I don't know if you guys remember old YouTube, but like, you could just stream TV shows and movies. They weren't the highest quality, and they'd be sliced up into like 15 different videos that you'd have to go and find, but like, that was my first experience with choice of what to watch. It allowed me as a teenager to say, you know what? I'm not even gonna hook a coax cable into the TV in my room. Like, why would I? I can just pull up YouTube on my Wii and watch whatever the hell I want. That or, torrent whatever I wanted, but that's a topic for another day. Then, of course, Netflix started its streaming service in 2007, Hulu in 2008, and the rest is history. That's where we are now, kind of. Well, where we are now is actually starting to become worse. There are still those big pop culture moments in TV, they're just scattered now. New shows still come out that force their way into the zeitgeist, Stranger Things, Severance, I don't know, Rick and Morty. These have all made waves in the collective minds of this generation, but you know what? To watch all 3, you need 3 separate subscription services. And even if you do have all 3, that collective moment of everybody tuning in to watch the highly anticipated season finale, well, that just doesn't exist anymore. When a new season comes out, it's out. The diehards will watch the entire thing in a day, others will watch a few episodes here and there when they have time, and others, like me, well, I'll get to starting Stranger Things eventually. Like, it's on my ever-growing list of shows I need to watch, I just haven't found the time yet. Nope, my time is instead occupied by independent content creators because that's the real enemy of the TV era. Enter the algorithm era. This is the true current-day hellscape that the entertainment industry lives in. Think of it like this. You get home from work and you have 2 options on how to spend your time. I know you actually have like 8 million, but for the sake of this argument, humor me. Let's say you and everyone else in the world simultaneously can boot up Netflix and the only thing on there is a brand new show. It's one that's been highly anticipated, there's been ads everywhere, everyone is super excited about it, and it honestly seems right up your alley. There will only be 1 episode a day, and the next day it'll be gone, replaced with the next one. This will go on for the next 8 days, then Netflix goes back to normal. It's a worldwide phenomenon that you can choose to be a part of. The other option is you can open YouTube and watch whatever you want. No limitations, just you and the tube. Which are you going to gravitate towards? Because realistically, I'm taking YouTube in that scenario, hands down. YouTube knows me. The old girl knows what I want to watch, and if I can't find anything from my subscriptions, well, the algorithm is going to find something for me. Because that's its job. I'm a no-name new YouTuber, and you are watching this video right now. Why? Because this website decided through a plethora of data points that you would possibly enjoy it. It thinks that by showing you this video based on others you have watched, statistically you will probably watch this one until the end, meaning you stayed glued to their website for an additional however many minutes this boomer-brained rant ends up being. That's the entire point of the internet now, is just to keep you hooked. That's how websites make money, and that's how we consume media. That was the entire point of TV too, to keep you hooked, but at least there was a sense of mass community around it. We could all be having a collective pop culture experience right now by watching the season finale of South Park together, all at the same time. Instead, I'm watching this crazy Australian hot glue a circuit board together, you're watching a scrungly catgirl VTuber that's actually like a man in his 30s rant at clouds, she's scrolling on TikTok watching a new video every 25 seconds, my nephew is watching an AI video of Miles Morales saying something about like 6'7" for the 30th time today, and he's watching Bob's Burgers all the way through for the 15th time because it's his comfort show. I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, like, I honestly do prefer it this way, but that is the fragmentation of pop culture today. It's just kind of lonely, right? Comparatively? Like, instead of us having a collective communal experience, we all exist in our own micro-communities around whatever we like instead. I don't know, like, video killed the radio star, but the internet killed the video star, all by birthing a new star every minute. Now everyone has the capability to become an influential voice. All you need is a smartphone or computer and a half-assed script to read into it. But if the whole world is shouting at once, how do you choose who to listen to? Well, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching my video as always. Like, this is a weird one, man. I'm usually not this somber, but I don't know. I'm torn about the way that I consume media these days. It's not that cable TV was better, and like, it was honestly mostly just brain rot anyways, but I don't know. Is watching 45 minutes of 30-second Instagram reels actually better? Because that's generally what I end up doing these days, and I hate it. I hate being stuck in a swipe loop, but it's just so compelling. It's designed to be compelling. It's engineered to scratch your brain just enough to keep you there. Like, I hate it, but it's fun. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you miss the old days of sitting down with your family every night and popping up some corn and watching TV together? Or do you prefer being in your own bubble, one that is perfectly curated just for you? Let me know how you feel in the comments, and see you in the next one.